Hey guys, it's Portia. So I wanted to share a little bit of a release video for grief, guilt, and shame. A lot of people have asked me, how do I recover from any given scenario that they've experienced? I have a lot of clients that I work with that are trying to relieve guilt, grief, and shame on some sort of a level. And I've really just been able to comprise of a bunch of different techniques that really help to target these specific areas and help eradicate the trauma from our bodies. So I was spending my time in nature today before I get to my next client, and I wanted to do some work on myself as well. Many of you know that my grandmother is in the process of transitioning right now, and how I'm holding myself up in the process is the same exact way that I would give techniques for my clients and things like that. So again, we've been touching on the subject of grief, guilt, and shame. I am going to provide some solfeggio binaural beats that are also healing as well throughout the video. I do not own the rights to the music. The music that you'll be hearing is based on Meditative Mind, who I highly recommend for any genre of healing that you might need, or praise and worship music, or Sanskrit hymns and things of that nature. They're really good for that. So again, there are so many different combinations that we can do. The program that I've designed to release guilt, grief, and shame is around tapping and yoga. So we'll do a little bit of both. We are a little bit limited for time, of course, within the video. But in the event that anybody wanted to have an extensive dive into these techniques, let me know. If it is something that you personally want to do on your own, then I'll throw a little bit of something together now that will give you a little bit of a relief. And you can also do this particular set several times, and that will help as well. Of course, having the full-on hour to an hour and a half experience is very helpful, but not necessarily warranted given this time. So right now we're targeting any grief that we might be having. Grief of a loss of a loved one, grief of a loss of a relationship, grief over a loss of a job or a dismantled family, just anything that might be weighing heavy on your heart. So this whole entire segment is going to be heart-centered to help heal and replenish any wounds that we might be stuffing in our heart. And then when we talk about the subject of guilt, there are some things that maybe we do, or maybe something that we should have said that we wanted to say and didn't have the opportunity to, or maybe something that we've done that we know is not right or okay, and we haven't been accountable for those actions, given ourselves a minute to release the guilt that we might be feeling as a result of that. Even in having a lack of an achievement, you might feel guilty for that as well. These are traumas that we all experience. This isn't something that is targeted or something that just one person might experience. We all do. Then we're going to target shame. Shame can be self-inflicted. It can also be externally inflicted, or projected, I should say, externally projected. But shame is something that, again, we hold in our hearts, and shame actually creates an element of fear. Now, we know fear is not a natural human instinct or desire. So as a result of shame causes disruption in a lot of different areas of our lives, and none of us want to see that happen. So the technique that we're going to use to open up our tapping today is going to be to eradicate guilt, grief, and shame again. And we're going to do some affirming tapping at the end. Again, these combinations are my own unique techniques, and I do know that they work, and they will bust those feelings right out of you in a heartbeat. And so today, when we talk about guilt, grief, and shame, we're going to start using our tapping points of the inside corner of our eye, our collarbone, and back to the inside corner of your eye. Again, tapping taps into our meridian channels, allowing our energy flows to flow freely through us. It is a Chinese medicine technique that I do have a master level of practitioner, I should say. Sorry guys, it's been a rough morning, so I'm definitely taking some self-care moments and practices and things like that. And so we want to be able to open up our energy channel so that we can really move the emotional body while we're doing our yoga asanas.